Slow down here.
I honestly do not know how much more I can take over this bullshit. Hey everybody, this is Atticus the Death Metaler, and this is gonna be a video which I'm a little bit late on, but I feel that I need to address my 2 cents on the whole thing. And of course this video is going to be addressing on what my current literally Cheeto Hitler president Donald J. Trump said not too long ago last week. So he gathered a bunch of law enforcement officials to discuss on, crime going on in my country as well as immigration. And God fucking forbid does my Cheeto Hitler of a president have the fucking tiny dick to say these foul words.
We have people coming into the country or trying to come in. We're stopping a lot of them. But we're taking people out of the country. You wouldn't believe how bad these people are. These aren't people. These are animals.
And of course, a lot of people righteously flip the fuck out over Trump over saying that. And I could understand why Trump, said that kind of thing, saying that all Latinos and Hispanics are animals. I mean, fucking face it. When Trump announced that he was running for president, the very first thing that Trump said that got a lot of people absolutely riled up and hopping aboard the anti-Trump train was that he said this: when Mexico brings in their people, they're not bringing in their back. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and we gotta build that damn wall so they can pay for it. Believe it. So I could understand why a lot of people, would freak out over Trump saying that shit. And of course, it's no stranger that all the leftist mainstream media establishments gone after his ass, had politicians as well as regressives and SJWs just, saying all this shit to Trump. And of course, a few months ago, Trump said the whole shithole thing onto Haiti, which I could absolutely agree that what Trump said, calling Haiti a shithole, was completely uncalled for. But is Trump wrong on to why the way Haiti is? He's not wrong at all. But I will indeed say calling it a shithole was not the right direction. But he's not wrong over what Haiti is like there. I mean, yeah. It's the same thing with him calling all these people animals. But they forgot to actually shoot the entire video. And good golly God, I have the entire video, which I will show you right now.
There could be an MS13 gang member I know about. If they don't reach a certain threshold, I cannot tell ICE about them.
Yeah. We have people coming into the country or trying to come in. We're stopping a lot of them. But we're taking people out of the country. You wouldn't believe how bad these people are. These aren't people. These are animals. And we're taking them out of the country at a level and at a rate that's never happened before.
So Trump wasn't talking about all Latino and Hispanic immigrants coming into my good old US of A, legal or illegally. He was talking about La Morra Salvatrucha, MS13. Yes, he was talking about MS13, the most violent, abhorrent, and terrifying Latin American street gang to ever walk the earth. And this is just coming from me. Trump calling MS13 animals, it's a very nice compliment for these guys. These guys aren't animals. My dog Herschel is more civilized than these guys. They're fucking savage, rabid monsters. That is what MS13 is. A bunch of fucking monsters. The list of atrocities done by this street gang just goes up to 9,000. These guys show no remorse. These guys lack any empathy. These guys will do anything to be known as the most toughest, notorious, and just infamous street gang ever. They will do almost anything just to be feared. These savages have been known to do drug trafficking, human trafficking, as well as rapes, murders, drive-bys, hacks, slashing, anything. Absolutely anything in the book. They will decapitate their victims with fucking machetes. These monsters emerged from the ashes of the El Salvadoran Civil War, which raged on for years in the country of their origin, El Salvador. And a lot of these El Salvadoran refugees made refuge into the good old US, but unfortunately they were being attacked by Mexican street gangs. And what's really funny is that a lot of these El Salvadoran refugees were former guerrillas of the El Salvadoran Civil War. And thus they use their experiences, their skills from what they've learned in that brutal civil war. Keep in mind, this was one of the most violent, messed up civil wars in Latin American history. And they implemented those onto the Mexican street gangs. And thus, MS13, La Morra Salvatrucha, was born. One of the most popular cases I could ever think of onto MS13 was the case of Brenda Paz, who was actually a former MS13 member. She was a 17-year-old who basically was a gold mine to law enforcement up to Northern Virginia in 2003. Basically just spilling the beans out onto how MS13 operates. And on July 2003, her body was found near a river. Her body was stabbed 16 to 17 times and her head nearly severed. Also, she was pregnant when she was murdered. These people will go to no bar's end. They will even murder pregnant women. We are talking about people that can brutally murder kids just to feel a sense of belonging. We're talking about people that will brutally rape women, and after they're done with their way with the woman, they'll just shove a grenade in her mouth and pull the pin. We're talking about people that will massacre families just in order to find a sense of belonging, a sense of family. Yeah, we're talking about these fucking people. But you know what terrifies me the most more than La Morra Salvatrucha? What terrifies me the most is the mainstream media and the regressives basically just defending these people. I mean, you have tweets like this coming out of the woodworks, and even when you show proof of the pudding right into these people, they'll still go on to say, you're still dehumanizing these people. Calling these people animals, dehumanizing these fucking deplorable monsters that have been known to basically even kill pregnant women, dehumanizing. I don't know, because they've done a lot of dehumanizing acts rather than, you know, calling these monsters animals. I mean, these are the people that are willing to defend calling MS13. These are people that are willing to defend absolute savages. But God fucking forbid if you call these fuckboys people. You know, I'm just gonna say this right here, right now. I would rather trust this guy to watch over my house than to let one MS13 foot soldier even breathe in front of me. That's how terrifying these people are. And what's even much more terrifying is that you're willing to let these people in our country. What is going on in your fucking minds?
Meanwhile, Nancy Pelosi and other animal rights activists have rallied to the defense of MS13, but sadly other people have learned the hard truth about it.
He was actually being very polite about it. You know, he can't really say what's on his mind because people like to take things out of context, but what they did is a savage act, and he nailed it right on the head by calling them animals. Well, my daughter, Nisa Mickens, was attacked the eve of her 16th birthday, and these vicious animals approached them and decided to kill both of them over a dispute that happened in a high school between Kayla and one of the members of MS13.
It had nothing to do with your daughter?
No, my daughter was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. She really was.
I'm sorry about that.
Thank you.
If you want to learn more onto La Morra Salvatrucha MS13, I got a lot of links down in the description below, articles, even documentaries, especially the episode of History Channel's Gangland on MS13. That was basically the first episode of Gangland that I've watched when I was a little kid, and it was basically the first time I've ever heard about MS13, and just, my God. These things, these savages, my God. Just the factor that we're deporting these people kind of makes me laugh, because they're just going to gain more numbers into El Salvador. I think, and honestly, the only way to get rid of these savages is just to signal the fucking firing squad. I know it's a cruel thing, but these people are known to do a lot of cruel things. They're absolute mindless, rabid monsters. Hell, I've talked to a lot of Latinos and Hispanics that I know about MS13, and they agree with me. They're the types of people you do not want to fuck with. They're the types of people that are absolute mindless, bloodthirsty, rabid creatures. They're deplorable freaks of nature. They belong in a Fallout game. They belong in a Mad Max movie.
What's up? What's up? No! Witness me! Witness! Witness!
I mean, I want, Latinos and Hispanics to come into this country legally. I want more people like Humongous. More people to trigger more Zarna Joshis. And yes, Humongous is a Latino, and he is a very wholesome and kind-hearted and hard-working Latino that is part of the great American dream. The Latinos and Hispanics that make this country what it is. MS13 are the types of savages that don't make this country what it is today. They're fucking savages! So, anyhow, despite that I have been raging over and onto MS13, good things have come along in my way. Ya boy here has finally got his tickets for Slayer at June 15th in Orlando. So make sure all of you guys in the Orlando area, my buddies from Orlando, make sure to hang out with yours truly. And also, not to mention, I just got my tickets for Tier this upcoming Sunday. So make sure you get to see yours truly at the Haven Lounge. So there's all that. Without further ado, ladies and gents, I am Atticus, the Death Metaler. Hope you liked this video. Subscribe to my channel. Links are in the description below. Keep it metal. Have an excellent day, people.